All right, that should be good. Cool. Go ahead and talk.
Check. 1, 2.
Perfect.
Talking about Sir Sam. Indeed.
Welcome back to another episode of the Party Room Film Festival podcast, Season 3, Episode 11, I believe, with Paul Sigler. Now, again, this is late, so we're right after Party Room 5, but we don't care about that right now, so that'll be on another time. That'll be Jacob's job later. So we'll just talk about Party Room 4.
I have to try to erase last night from my memory momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily. But we'll go back another year, which might be harder, because I know you've had a lot happen last year. But we'll start with, what are you doing these days? I know you went to seminary school and graduated recently. You had a kid, and I think you moved into a new house or something pretty recently too. So yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so graduated seminary in May of 23 with MA in ministry. And then I've been doing contract work for a small ministry called Higher Trek that does basically like discipleship for college age guys, roughly 18 to 25-year-old men. And so I got connected with them because they were doing a video series. Basically to be used in small groups, like video teaching, and then it would facilitate discussion. And so I started doing that for them, and then they asked me if I wanted to come on board as the director, and so I took it over last August. So it's been about a year of that. So that's been amazing, just like a total blessing, gift from God to be able to step into that role. And then I'm still getting to do some freelance.
That's awesome.
Videography on the side. So I try to like limit the amount of freelance things I do so that I'm not working all the time. So it's that balance, but like I'm really thankful that I get to stay involved in some of the other with some of my other clients that I've built over the past like 5 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what kind of stuff do you do in that new role then?
So I am the director and like only actual employee. So I kind of do everything, but I have 11 board members that are pretty supportive. So like we have a guy that does all of our financial stuff. We have a guy that does web stuff. So I have a lot of help from them. But I kind of do like the day-to-day communication, mostly communication, and then managing the actual resource, which is we do, like I said, a video curriculum. And then we have summer programs, which are basically like summer retreat, where guys, about 5 to 8 guys, will go out to a lake house out in Missouri. And be there for 12 days and just talk about like, what does it mean to be a man of God? What does it mean to own your faith now that you're becoming an adult? And like for most of these guys, they've probably like been dragged to church and like kind of been a Christian because their parents were. Kind of just grew up in the faith kind of thing. It's like, okay, now that you're becoming an adult, like, what is this actually going to mean for you? So help them think through that process.
That's awesome. So what made you interested in going to seminary? What kind, like, because I know you graduated, we all graduated from Asbury, and you were doing a lot of freelance stuff. And then what ended up being the impetus for you to go back to seminary?
So I always knew that I wanted to use media for ministry. Like, even starting Asbury, that was my focus. And you can kind of see that in, like, the films I did in school. And so then when I started my own business right out of school, the majority of my clients, I'd say, like, 60-70% was, like, churches, nonprofits, a lot of missionary filmmaking. We were able to kind of travel all over the world with missionaries, which was super fun. And then really it was like the beginning of 2020, I just started feeling, the best way I can describe it is like a restlessness or like discontent. And it was really confusing because I felt like I was doing my dream job. So it's like, why do I feel this when I'm doing a job I love? So a lot of 2020 was just like praying through what that was and talking to the Lord about other options. So I really explored a lot of stuff, like, should I go work here? Should I go work here? Should I do this thing? And the whole year I was like, God was like systematically closing doors and directing me until reluctantly, I started bringing up the seminary option.
Yeah.
And I say reluctantly because one of the reasons I did media in college is because I hated writing and reading.
Yeah.
And that's like all of seminary.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of brought that up toward the end of the year, and it was like the doors just flew open for it.
Okay.
And then even after that, I was like, well, if I start seminary, I'm going to have to cut back on some freelance, and how's that going to work financially?
Yeah.
And then like God kind of miraculously provided all of the funding for seminary to the point where like everything was totally covered financially. And so that to me was just another way that he kind of directed me to go ahead and pursue that. And at this point, you know how it is. Like when you get further, you can like see
looking back. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, as we always say. And so, like looking back, you can see all the different things that got you to the point you're at. Yeah.
Yeah. But in the moment, it very much felt like just one step at a time, like trying to discern what I was supposed to do next. And then it was like, okay, start seminary, and didn't know exactly why, but now I can see the way he's put the pieces together.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And since we saw you last, you've had a kid.
Yes.
And so how's it being Dad Sigler now?
Right. Yeah, that has been, I tell people like a lot of the cliches are pretty accurate. There's a reason everyone says it's like the hardest and also best thing.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it. It's the biggest life transition I've ever had. All of a sudden, every decision is weighed, like everything I decide I'm going to do and spend time on is now weighed in like time that I'm going to be taken away from Riley and the baby and like that new role I have as a father. Yeah. So it is very significant, but it's also the most rewarding and fun and like, and just like the season, like it was a good timing to step into that. Yeah. So, really happy, blessed. Lael's great.
Yeah. She's adorable. It's been fun to meet her and August here this past week. So
yeah, that's been a fun little aspect of this year is like having the babies here. It's been really cool.
Yeah. So last year you didn't have babies, so she wasn't able to be in your film.
Right. So she was in Riley was pregnant when we were out on the canoe doing Sir Sam.
Okay. So she's in there. She's just in Riley at the time.
Right.
But so we got the rules back like a year, more than a year ago now, and you got filler episode.
Yeah, the filler.
Which is honest, like I was like, I'm glad I don't have that because I don't know how I would approach that. So what was kind of your thought process in coming up with like, okay, how do you want to do a filler episode?
Yeah, it definitely derailed any prior thoughts I had.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's such a specific category.
Yeah.
Like fillers are very specific things. But it ended up providing direction, as the themes often do in the final film. I remember it was also kind of funny because after year 3, so we did the like Photoshop. I did the Photoshop thing with Trevor, which was super fun, but also like very much on the silly side. Yeah. And I remember after that year, I was like, I think I want to go more on the like meaningful side next year. Okay. Yeah. And then I got filler episode. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Yeah. But basically, as you guys know with the film, like the way that I tried to make it work is that at the beginning and at the end, they're in the same place. Yeah. In the same place, right? Yeah. So like their overarching story has not progressed at all. Exactly. Therefore, it's kind of a filler episode. Yeah. So I tried to like really set up like this idea that they're on a grand quest. Yeah. Of course, filler is also like a challenge when it's a one-off. Yeah. The whole concept of a filler is it's a departure from the rest of the series. Yeah. In Party Room, it's only one thing. Yeah. So unless you're Tanner Perkins, that's true. Who's created now a trilogy. That's true. Actually, we do have some sequels, but generally speaking, it's like a standalone. Yeah. So I felt like one of the things I had to do was like try to right off the bat establish that there's some kind of journey quest happening.
Yeah, okay.
Even if you don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
And then like a distraction from that.
No, I think you did that very well. I think opening and closing with them on the water was fun. I can't remember, who was your assigned actor?
Sam.
Sam? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you quickly built it around Sir Sam, and Trevor's always really fun to add in there.
It was really fun to just hang out with Sam and like have more time with him because of that. To me, the required actor requirement is the best rule addition that has ever happened to Party Room.
I agree.
I just love.
Sometimes it's inconvenient. Like I'm sure that like Andrew and Jacob probably find it hard sometimes, right. But it's also then an excuse for them to catch up with the rest of us, which is great. But like, being able to have someone that you have to connect with in some way throughout the summer to connect with. And I feel like during the COVID year, like the first 2 years that were during COVID, like that would have been a lot more challenging. And we had a lot of just like, okay, send me something on green screen or using just an image of somebody for something. But like, I feel like there's been so much collaboration over the last couple of years for all the films, even beyond like the required actors and stuff, that makes it really worthwhile and really fun.
Yeah, totally.
So I love the Avatar: The Last Airbender reference there right at the beginning, and you had a great cast of characters. So tell me a little bit about gathering them and kind of how your idea manifested from taking departure from their quest on the river to what they were doing.
Yeah, the Avatar stuff was heavily influenced by just the year theme of anime, and that being probably my favorite, not even anime, probably my favorite show. Yeah. So that was fun to like do some Avatar stuff, and then I'm trying to remember how it worked out that Trevor became the sidekick. Probably just because like he lives right next to me and we hang out all the time, so it just like worked out to pull him in with Sam. And then Levi with the whole music reference, like this bard, like the one in the group that makes all the music. It just made sense for it to be Levi. And then like I was trying to get as many other people as possible to fill in and be his troupe. And so thankfully Ellen and Riley, and then the random guy that no one knows is my cousin. So he happened to be in town, and I was like, "You want to be in a film?" Sure.
That's great. I love that.
And then let's see, with the I was gonna say the other thing that was really cool is that Ellen and Sam brought like a bunch of great props. So a lot of the costume stuff, like Riley and I did Sir Sam and Squire Stephen just from Goodwill. Like got some long shirts, and Riley like cut them and made the stuff.
They look great. I mean, like honestly, like she did a great job of like cutting them up and adding like the shoelace for like the lacing on the neck and stuff, and like using it was the leftover sleeve, right? They used as the hat. It's just great. I mean, it ended up working perfectly. So
it was like so funny how well that worked, because it was just kind of like you cut off the sleeve and like jokingly put it on your head. It's like, that actually looks pretty good. And then so Ellen brought a bunch of other costumes that ended up like filling in for the other characters.
That's awesome. Is that Levi's mandolin?
Levi checked that out from the library. Because he was working at the library at the time.
Oh, cool.
And so I was like, do you think you could get your hands on like a banjo or mandolin, some kind of interesting instrument? Yeah. And so, he got that. And then he also just had that tunic.
Nice.
That like amazing tunic, just had it on hand. So came together.
That's awesome. Now tell me a little bit about the music. I've heard a little bit about like the origin of that song and where you heard it, but just go ahead and tell me that. About that. Yeah.
So I went on a men's retreat in, I believe it was 2018, and this guy Alan Levi was there. And so like before a lot of the sessions, he would get up and do songs and stories, and he was great overall, but for whatever reason, that specific song just like was captivating to me, and I've always remembered it. And for a long time, it's been on my... I just have like a note in my phone where I keep like general ideas for scripts.
Yep, same.
And just like that song, incorporating that song somehow has been on there. So it was cool that I got to actually do it that year. And then it was fun too because I reached out to him to ask for permission.
Okay.
So I sent him an email and like kind of explained that it's like this reunion thing a little bit. And so he was like, absolutely, like definitely use it. And then I think he asked me to be able to see the product.
Okay, yeah.
So I ended up sending him just like the song part.
Yeah.
Like I cut out the part, the animated part, and sent it to him. And he was like, sent me this awesome reply.
That's awesome.
He loved it and was all on board. So that was really cool too, to just get that little connection with the artist.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool. Now was that like his voice doing that, or did you get Levi to like actually perform it himself?
That was him.
Okay.
Yep. So that was straight from like his recording.
That's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, you obviously used like little like figures for the stuff. What was the like? What was that kind of process? Like, how'd you set that up and record that?
Yeah, like I knew I wanted to do some kind of more, I don't know, like stylized piece for the song. And I'm trying to remember when I came about to do like stop motion. But it worked out really well because we were already visiting my family at some point in the summer.
Okay.
And so those are all of our, like me and my two older brothers' childhood toys.
Okay.
Like those were some of our favorite toys. So like my oldest brother had a bunch of like castle and knights collection of that type. And so you can see in the back, there's like a castle.
Yeah, kind of. Little town that you made.
Uh-huh. And then my middle brother had like pirates.
Okay.
So like pirate ships and pirates and some of the characters of the pirates. And then I had the like cowboys and cowboy set. So that was super fun just to like tap into my childhood. And like my little nephew was out there watching me like take all the pictures for the stop motion and like wanting to play with all the toys and stuff. And so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And then of course just like did the stop motion and then added some effects to try to make it look... I was trying to make it look like I was drawn. Like that's sort of the visual I wanted.
The kind of rotoscoped kind of look to it.
Yeah.
It turned out really well. I really enjoyed it. I know you ended up losing out to Tick Tick in the final voting, but
head to head.
Yeah, that was a really, really good piece. And I think everybody loved the filler episodes are honestly sometimes really fun because they're kind of self-contained and they have their own little story to them. And so like seeing, you've got a little bit of Sam and Trevor being Sam and Trevor for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Just put those guys in a canoe and let them go.
Any mishaps in the canoe or anything on your shooting? Where were you shooting, actually?
So we were right down by High Bridge on the Kentucky River.
Yeah.
And... no, I remember like Sam hadn't canoed much, so he was kind of apprehensive at first, but I think like pretty quickly got the hang of it. And then the funniest parts were the parts I put in the outtake. Like, there's the part where the train went by. So Sam is doing his like, what's that noise I hear? And like as soon as he puts his hand up to his ear, the train was coming by. So it was like, brrr. Yeah. So that part was hilarious. And then they were very close to tipping when they were trying to get back in the canoe.
Okay, yeah.
Which was also like the very ending outtake.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Yeah.
Also, they were just, I don't think I included any of this, but I did have them like singing the entire Secret Tunnel song. Oh, yeah. Two lovers apart from one another. They were like singing that at the top of their lungs as they were canoeing around the river. So I really liked to imagine like what that was like for all the neighbors. Yeah. As because they were very loud. It was great.
Yeah. Now, did you use your drone for that, like one of the opening shots?
For the opening.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was the very first thing we filmed.
Okay.
Is got them to canoe further and then get a couple drone shots.
And then how were, I can't remember, how were you filming most of in the canoe scenes? Were you in a separate boat or were you, okay.
Yeah. So we had brought 2 canoes down and then Riley and I were in one. Riley like with the script, feeding all the lines.
Okay.
And then me filming, and then them in their canoe.
Okay.
Which was a little tricky because the canoes were like bumping into each other and trying to separate and stuff. But it worked out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it turned out great. I mean, especially the opening of that. I think it's so fun, and you've got two of the best, like most entertaining actors.
Yeah,
I think
so
in
good.
Party Room to be a part of it. So that's always fun. Yeah, I mean, it's too late to ask you about your thoughts for this year.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna step on Jacob's toes and ask you about next year. But I guess right now, real quick, we can talk a little bit about this weekend. I mean, so glad you're here with your little kid, with Lyle and Riley. And so, like, what's your favorite thing about Party Room, just in general, that you think of every year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the excuse to stay connected. It's like it does a very good job at keeping us connected, whereas even people that I was like closer to than you guys in college,
yeah,
a lot of them I'm not connected with at all anymore.
Yeah.
And like I still feel close and have this connection with you guys, so that to me is the best overall thing that it does for us. That's just so great. And then I know you guys have talked about this on the podcast, but it also provides an outlet for us to make things that are very different from what we make for work.
Yes.
Which I really appreciate that. Like this year, well, okay, we'll stick with Sir Sam. Like doing a stop motion with action figures.
Yeah.
I haven't had any clients ask me to do that for paid jobs.
Yeah.
So doing stuff like that, like, is also.
I mean,
really
have you had any clients ask you to get in a canoe with your camera?
Yes.
Yes, actually. Okay. Tell me about that. That sounds fun.
Well, I did a video for an adventure camp up in Wisconsin.
Yep.
And they do like overnight canoe trips.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, and I did a trip in last May, right after I graduated from seminary. I got to go down to Ecuador.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was with a missionary that works in the Amazon.
Okay.
Filming his story. And he works with the indigenous tribe down there that's like out in the jungle. And so we did, every time he goes to visit them, it's like a 7 to 8 hour canoe trip.
Oh, wow.
Into their village. And so that was also pretty cool. Got to do that and like try to capture how they get in.
Yeah.
And then do some drone shots.
Probably a little bit more nervous holding your main camera as opposed to your phone on a canoe than just your phone.
Definitely. Yeah, that was pretty different. Plus it like storms all the time down there because we're in the Amazon rainforest. And so had to be ready for that as well. But
yeah, I bet.
Thankfully, like they know what they're doing because it's just their lifestyle.
Yeah.
So they get this thick plastic before they go and pallets. And basically, they have a very large canoe and essentially like make an area for all the stuff in the middle. And then when the rain comes, they throw the plastic over it.
Yeah.
And so even though you get soaked, like your stuff stays dry.
That sounds really cool. Like that was probably a really neat experience to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And kind of that's, I mean, we've like I said, we've talked about it on the podcast before, but like that's probably my favorite thing about being in media is like that opportunity to like be able to like peek into so many other people's lives or jobs or industries and stuff like that, and be able to like experience so much about that. And like I mean I grew up always like being like, my mom taught me to be really hungry for knowledge and like love learning, and so I love that aspect of it. Like I'll pick up whatever you guys are doing because it sounds you guys are passionate about it, and I want to be able to like tell that story. And so like learning about that kind of thing is always really, really interesting. So that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I like the phrase interested people are interesting.
Yeah.
And so, like, really, regardless of what it is, when you find someone that's passionate about what they're doing, it's so fun to be around them and just, like, ask them how it works and talk to them. So,
yeah. And I think that's, like, one thing that makes Party Room work is like, not even all of us are in media anymore. And some of us didn't come from media, like Trevor or Jacob, but being like, we're all passionate about Party Room.
Yeah.
And so like, even if the films end up running out of time, or like we have a really busy summer or something like that, we're all passionate to get something in and something made. And so that just makes all of it really, really fun and entertaining.
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I love being a part of this community because of that, for sure. And I'm hopeful that we get another 5 years at least.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
So thinking about the future, what kind of are there any like genres or like styles of films that you're interested in doing in the future that you've not done yet?
Hold that thought real quick. Could you guys
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. We got a lot of this podcast from the back of Paul's head.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I don't think people will watch the whole thing, but I do want to see your face every once in a while.
How's this?
It's good too.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Ask that question again.
Yeah, so what kind of genres have you, because you've talked about before, we start drifting again. You've talked about before, like wanting to do like something kind of different each time.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I mean, obviously like that shows your breadth as a filmmaker for sure. Because every year you've been able to put something out that's just very high quality. So like, what have you had an interest in doing?
Yeah. The one that comes to mind is sort of what I did for this year, which is more of that documentary. Okay. I mean, it ended up being mockumentary, but that was definitely on my mind to do at some point, because I just felt like, again, it's different, it's fun, and so really enjoyed getting to do that. At this point, I don't know, like coming straight off of one, like being the day after, like I don't have really any particular ideas because I'm just like still thinking about everything from this year. But yeah, I do really enjoy like trying to figure out just how I can do something that I haven't done before, and then have fun with that.
Go put yourself in the mindset of like a week ago, after all the posters were out, but before you'd seen everything. What were you really excited to see this past weekend, like leading up to the festival, like before you've seen anything? Like what were you really excited for?
I was very excited for Unstoppable Force, Jacob McGlone's.
Yeah, because you were a part of that one.
Yeah, because I was a part of it in like the most fun way where, like, I did have a big role, but there was a lot of it I had no idea about. Yeah. So I didn't know anything about what he was going to actually do with the fight stuff. Yeah. We're just sailing away here.
Going on our own Sir Sam adventure.
So that one I was very excited for. I was excited for Zach's actually, because he had told me some about his concept, and his original concept I still think is awesome. Okay. Because when he was at my house for Mr. Numbers, we got to talk some about his. So I still think he's got a very good idea in that one. Yeah. I'm excited to hear him talk to Jacob about that down the road. And yeah, I mean, it's been another party room in the books, and and so much fun to see people and get together. So yes, we've had great weather. Praise God for that. So so good. Yeah. Yeah, and just like overall with Sir Sam, a final shout out, like, I'm thankful for just how much everybody liked it. Like, it was received better than I thought it would be. Yeah, I mean, coming second place for the Golden Dewey is no small feat. And unfortunately, like, now it's happened to you twice in a row. So I guess next year might have to be your year for. Yeah, we'll see. Winning the Golden Dewey. Yeah, I was not expecting Sir Sam to be as well received as it was, and people have said it, but maybe Andrew or somebody was talking about how it was like so much me, my personality in it. So that's kind of cool to see how, like, that was one of the reasons I thought it wouldn't be as well received. But I was like, I just want to make it for myself.
Yeah.
And then to see, like, all the support around it anyway. Pretty cool. Thank you all for watching and enjoying it and enjoying Avatar references as much as I do.
Yeah. I feel like, and I'm going to talk down here into the microphone while I try to paddle us back towards where the camera is. I feel like that's something that, like, every year, like, the films that are the best are the ones that really represent their creators. And so, like, we've talked before about, like, Josiah having a very distinct style and, like, Perfect just being the perfect, like, representation of that.
Yeah.
And so, like, what were other films from year 4 that you really appreciated?
I loved Zach's. The Power of Friendship.
That one was really good. He pulled it out on that one for sure.
Yes, I loved the just storytelling and messaging behind that. And then you just talked about Perfect, but I really liked specifically his just ending, kind of that theme of, like, not stressing too much about everything, being perfect. There were a few others that I thought did that well. I really like Tanner's trilogy. And how he has, like, created this world, but also I think he's done a good job of bringing in humor into his Chronicles of Light world. Yeah. And also, like, even overtly, but having, like, positive messaging too. So I really liked Tanner's as well.
Were you in any films in year 4? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I was Mitchell's assigned actor, and he didn't really have time to make.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. That's
so I was technically in his.
Powerfully attractive man.
Right. Yeah. I know I was in. Oh, I was in Trevor's. Like, I was actually Mitchell and Trevor's. I was Mitchell's body double.
Oh, really?
In Le Plombier.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny. I'm sure I was in a few more, but
yeah. No, yeah, I remember you were in Mitchell's or in Le Plombier, and you get plungered on the head.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, first I get plungered, then I'm like body double of Mitchell fighting Zach or somebody.
Yeah. No, I bet that was a lot of fun to shoot that day.
Yeah, that one was fun. Well, it's just there were so many of us there, which made it fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. This past year got really busy, but I'm hoping next year maybe being able to be a part of like a larger shoot with people, because that always seems fun. We were part of earlier this season. We were part of Heather and I came down and helped Matt shoot a good chunk of his film, and that was just a blast. We spent all day shooting a whole bunch of it, and and with Josiah and Zach and Matt, and it just turned out so much fun.
That factors in a lot with the films I end up making, is thinking through what's actually going to be fun on the shoot days.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'd say the last several, that's been like really weighed into the direction I take.
Okay.
Like just getting out on the river in canoes with Trevor and Sam, it's like, that'll be great.
So how many shoot days did you end up having for Sir Sam?
So we just had 2 evenings.
Okay.
2 evening shoots. Yep. The one on the river and then the one
by the campfire.
With the campfire.
Okay.
Yeah. And 2, that's the other side of just like keeping it simple enough that we can knock it out fairly quick, and then I was able to do a lot of it in the animation.
Yeah.
And then same with this year, was just like how can Zach and I have a lot of fun in a weekend of him coming over?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big factor.
That's cool. So yeah, I mean, that's another one in the books. We've got another party room in the books, and went well. Everybody got here safe. Everybody left safely, and we'll do it again next year. So
awesome.
Thanks for joining me for the podcast on a boat in honor of Sir Sam.
Yeah, thanks for having me late, but I'm glad I got to be a part of it this season. Yeah. Didn't know if it was going to happen. So good to be here.
I didn't want to. I was thinking about seeing you in like February, but I know Lyle had just arrived, and so I didn't want to add to your plate too much. So Trevor was like, "Yeah, don't bother him right now."
Yeah, this was good.
So good. Well, just hanging out
with my family.
Nice. Cool, that was fun.
Go back in time to my memories of Sir Sam. Yeah, that's another one of my goals is like, so different genres, but also working with the different ones of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I always try to work with whoever my assigned actor is. But like, it was really fun to work with Sam because he hadn't been in any of my films.
Was Zach your assigned actor for this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like, I hadn't done much with Josiah or Max, I don't think. And so like, getting them involved this year.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I always like to try to get with the guys that I haven't worked with before.
Let me, oh, he's got it. He knows what he's doing.
I'm gonna pull you over this way a little bit.
Yep, that should be good.
I'll probably pull you a little further.
That's brilliant.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Cody.
Thank you.